Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Nick with Scent Remix. I am so happy to be back. I woke up this morning and I just had this strange thing come over me. It's like I haven't done a YouTube video in quite a long time, and I feel like doing one today. So here I am, and I have picked as my topic Primera Perfumes. This is a house that I have recently been introduced to, well, in the last 3 months. And I have really just so thoroughly enjoyed going through all of these fragrances. This brand is out of Kuwait, and it really, with each fragrance, captures a little bit of a Middle Eastern flair. And all of the scents that I've tried so far are just so insanely unique and just brilliant. Bader, to me, is just a brilliant human being. He comes up with some amazing fragrances, a lot of which he tells me he creates in his lab. So, come on. But I wanted to take the time today to just go through 5 of my favorites from the house. And this was really tough because everything that I've tried from them so far has been so amazing. Really, I could have done a top 10 list, but I am really trying to be a lot more brief, a lot more succinct in these videos. So that being said, let's get started. This comes in at number 5. Hold the Line is strangely magnetic, a very attractive fragrance. If I had to compare it to anything, I would probably say it's a nice melding of 2 favorites of mine, Parfum de Marly's Galloway and Xerjoff's Herba Pura. If you took the best elements of both of those fragrances and combined them together, you would pretty much get Hold the Line. Even though there's no lavender listed in this, I do get a strong sense of lavender. It's almost like a fluffy, soft cotton ball-like lavender. I don't know if I've lost you yet or not. Just stick with me. But it's just got that soft, airy feel about it. You pick up a lot of similarities between this and another one of their fragrances, Lavender Touch. Although the Lavender Touch it's a little bit more pronounced in the lavender note. It's a little stronger. This one, for the most part, it stays very muted. And in fact, I feel like the name, I was really attracted to the name as well, Hold the Line, because, not only is that a popular military phrase, meaning to, maintain your position, but of course we think about the classic Toto song, Hold the Line, love isn't always on time. But, going back to the military expression, I think it's very appropriate in the fact that this fragrance does maintain, meaning that it stays pretty linear throughout its lifespan. And that's not a bad thing. This smells so great, you do not care that it pretty much stays constant. A very solid offering from Primera. It's one that I have worn multiple times already, and it seems to be just so very versatile. It could probably take you through the entire year, through multiple settings and situations. Hold the Line comes in at number 5. All right, coming in at number 4, we have Imperial Absolute. Now, this sparkling gem really captures the essence, the intoxication that is associated with gardenia. I love gardenia. It's one of my favorite florals outside of rose and maybe tuberose. This does have tuberose in it as well. But this is gardenia, tuberose with a fresh twist of citrus. There's a subtle pepper, a sweet greenish tonka bean, and then musk, sandalwood, and roasted almond round this out and provides it with just a sensually compelling base. The dry down on this one is just magnificent. It's very creamy, it's very resinous and warm. This is unfortunately one of those fragrances that you really have to give thought to when you wear it because it can be very distracting. So, I don't know if I would suggest wearing this to work. I wore it to work one day and I found myself just like all day long. I basically got nothing done. It drove me to distraction. So yeah, that's the only warning that I will give you. Just be careful of when you wear this. And also, it's going to attract your attention too. I guarantee you that people are going to find this rather you know, appealing. So keep that in mind as well. Imperial Absolute coming in at number 4. You know, just when I thought that Primera couldn't surprise me any more than it already had, this one shows up at my door. This is my number 3 pick, Costa Blanca Musk. I mean, are you even kidding me with this scent? I had been fully expecting to, at some point, find one that I did not like. But I guess I'm just forced to keep looking. I mean, bad problem to have, right? You come across a house and everything that they put out is good. Well, what are you going to do? But Costa Blanca Musk opens with this fantastic fruity rose that has a syrupy candied edge to it. And it really, I mean, it just comes rushing at you like, you know, this powerful wave threatening to take you under, but in the best possible way. But just, you know, as the actual tide, it turns, it changes, it subsides. This too, it softens over a period of time. It becomes a softer version of itself. And it's at that point that you're able to detect some of the other notes, like, you know, a beautiful tea and a very, very sexy musk. And as the name implies, Costa Blanca Musk, that is the star player here, that musk. And I love the way that this one translates on my skin. I love the way that it smells on my wife. She's had the chance to wear it, and it smells so phenomenal on her. But yeah, it's very unisex, and it's been just like all the rest of the Primeras that I've tried. It's got great performance, wonderful longevity, really nice projection. So this one comes in at number 3, Costa Blanca Musk. So this next one was an instant hit for me, de Marbella. This comes in at number 2. This features a note of coconut. You guys know how I feel about coconut. In fact, I featured this one in a recent list I did of favorite coconut fragrances, which says quite a bit, being that this is so new to my collection. But see, the thing is, to say that this fragrance is just about the coconut, I think that that would be a huge disservice to it, because even though it does make for a fantastic opening, it's really some of the other notes that come into play, especially in the mid of this fragrance, like the vanilla, the brown sugar. It just gives it this piercing, sweet attitude. And then in the dry down, in the base, you've got steam oud, you've got a very elegant musk, which just serves to round out the entire composition. It keeps it in check and very nicely grounded. But yeah, the expert blending of just those 5 ingredients that I mentioned, it allows this fragrance to be so transitional. It floats somewhere between being playful and young to being very sophisticated and mature. It defies being put in any particular box, which I think is what I find so attractive and so enjoyable about wearing it. And let me tell you, this one is fierce in the heat. I know summer is over, but this one did so well in the summertime. Now, I really feel like that it is one that you can continue wearing throughout the year, but I just wanted to point out that, yeah, it does really, really well in the heat. Also very much unisex, and again, excellent performance. Number 2, de Marbella. All right, so we have now come to the number 1 spot. This is my favorite from the house of Primera, and it is Prestige. So if you follow my Instagram account, if you were able to catch the live that we did recently with the brand creator and perfumer, Bader, then you probably already figured that out. But I was initially attracted to this fragrance on paper for 3 reasons. Those 3 reasons being the sandalwood, the orange, and the leather. What worried me though about this one was the note of chocolate. So I've never been the biggest fan of chocolate in fragrances for myself. I enjoy it, I appreciate it on other people, but for me, it's not me at all. But in describing this fragrance, I will say that the chocolate is really just a supporting player here. It's still very detectable, but to me, it's almost like a really nice milk chocolate drizzled over a zesty orange peel. Now, as this one starts to dry down, that orange and the chocolate both, they start to recede quite a bit, and they're overtaken by this nice kind of a smoky, spicy leather accord. It almost comes off like a black pepper type of leather, if you will. But still, there's this sweetness that is maintained throughout the life of this fragrance. And I feel like it has to be attributed to the chocolate in one way or another. Like, the chocolate is just always there, but, at times, it just chooses to stay right under the surface. And other times it kind of, peeks through a little bit, presents itself. And, I feel like it's just so expertly laced throughout the entire life of this fragrance. And it makes Prestige just such a nice, enjoyable wear. I mean, I cannot get enough of this fragrance. Since I've had it, I have worn the heck out of it. I can't get enough of it. I can't say enough about this fragrance. I feel like, if a perfumer wanted to make a fragrance just for me, like a bespoke fragrance, ask me just to throw out a couple of notes, that I would enjoy, it would end up being Prestige. I feel like that this could be my signature scent. If I was the type of person to choose one scent, to wear all the time, I think it would be Prestige. All right, folks, so that is my top 5 from the house of Primera. I hope that you've enjoyed this. I hope that if you have been curious about this brand, that this, piques your interest a little bit more and makes you want to go out and give this brand a try. This has been fun. I have just now realized how much I've missed doing these videos. So hopefully, I'm going to get around to doing more of these. I do have a lot of great ideas for future videos. So until then, I hope you guys take care. We'll see you soon.